In this clip, we'll talk about the mandatory items required for a last stand event. The first thing you have to bring is a piece of ID. For the ID, they have to be government issued only, so any federal, municipal, provincial ID is okay. Things like your driver's license, your care card / service card, if you have a firearms license, or even passport, they're all okay. ID plus your service card. The easiest way is actually just bring your service card only, just because it has your medical insurance number on it in case something does happen, right? You have the proper coverage for that, and it also acts as your ID. In conjunction with the ID, please also get your game ticket ready to go during the check-in process, so it'll be much faster. We can check your ID, check a game ticket, and then sign you in really quickly. Student IDs do not count. They come from a school. It has to be government issue only. So once that's out of the way, we'll talk about the second most important safety item, which is eye protection. So for our event, full seal goggles only. So something that looks like this, right? Full seal refers to this seal. It goes all over and covers your whole face. Some goggles may have some mesh ventilation. You can remove those. Just ensure that the vent holes underneath are small enough that a BB cannot go through, but full face protection only. Just to show you another example, we have these ones. They look like shooting glasses, but they're actually goggles. You'll see they have a full seal here. Comes all the way back with a strap, so that when you're wearing it, it's retained. Should you choose to wear ballistic or shooting glasses, they are not allowed unless you have a full seal kit. So right here we have a pair of Oakley M frames. As you can see, you have the Halo full seal kit. So this covers your eyes and also a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can make one. That's totally fine, but you must have a strap on the back. This is to ensure that when you're playing with shooting glasses or ballistic glasses, that if any sudden movements, the glasses are not just going to fall off. They'll stay on just like how a goggle would. After the eye protection, we have face protection. Face protection is optional unless you're a vehicle gunner, right? Being up on the turret, you might get hit by paintballs, you might get hit by a large amount of BBs because people are trying to engage you. The face protection is mandatory for vehicle gunners. So if you don't have face protection, unfortunately, you cannot be a vehicle gunner. But this is, even though they're optional, we do highly recommend it, right? Covers your face, protects your mouth, right? You don't want to get your teeth shot out or anything on the face. So that covers the kind of safety equipment that's mandatory. Now we're going to cover over to the kind of gameplay equipment that's mandatory. So the first thing we need is a barrel cover. So the barrel cover is really simple. In the safety area for your primary guns, it covers the muzzle to ensure that if there's any sort of BBs or any sort of accidental discharge, that it's captured, and also just kind of acts as a safety barrier and to allow our admins to know that your gun is safe. The second thing you need is a kill rag. Now, we do sell these to make it much more easier and convenient for you. We have the Trigger Airsoft Barrel Cover / Kill Rag. So this is one unit. Instead of carrying a separate barrel cover and kill rag, you can get yourself one of these, and it'll be an all-in-one unit. So kill rag, mandatory. Once you reach your maximum waiting time for your respawn, if there's no one to revive you, then you are now a dead player, and you need a kill rag to signal that you're a dead player. So people are not shooting at you, and you're not taking hits from anything else. So you can safely walk back to your respawn zone or whatever you need to do. So once you hit your max bleed out time and you are now from wounded to a dead player, so you're dead, right? Dead. You want to make sure that your kill rag is clearly visible for all players to see, because you don't want to get shot at and you want to be able to walk, safely. So just a really quick tip, right? You get your kill rag, right? The arm usually is the best, right? This one, you can kind of tie it up like so, and then you can have it clearly visible by all players. The other one you can have is if you're wearing a helmet, right? You got some bungee cord, you can kind of tuck it in on your head, right? Don't like stuff in some weird pocket or just have a little triangle coming out. You want it bright and visible, right? If you want to put on your gun, that's the other way to do it. We recommend putting it on the muzzle end. There, tie it up. And then when you're holding the gun, you want it facing upwards, right? You can hold the guns up like that so everyone can see, nice and visible. Right. Just ensure that for the kill rag, it's to show that you are a dead player, the enemies can see it, and also your friendlies can see it. A cool trick with the kill rags at night, if you don't have a red marker light, you can cup it over a flashlight and you can actually see it. It'll illuminate like that. Right. If you want a little bit brighter, you pull your kill rag out. You'll see it like that. Nice and visible. Or you can even kind of cover it over. However you like to do it, right? Just to show that you are a dead player. So that is the kill rag. The second thing we're going to talk about, flashlights. Flashlights are mandatory, right? Whether you have a handheld light or a weapon light, you must have a light source on you, right? We're going to play into the dark. You need something to be able to see around you for safety reasons and also just for general navigation. If you have a handheld light, that's the minimum. If you have a light on your gun, that will suffice as well. So if you have one on your gun, you don't necessarily have to have a standalone one. The one on the gun should suffice. However, we do recommend you guys to bring extra lights just because it's really useful as like a general tool. The last thing that's a mandatory is a radio. Now for our events, we don't need anything super fancy because we use the typical GMRS and FRS family radio frequencies. So any sort of simple Motorola radio will work. But if you choose to do fancy stuff, you can get your typical Baofangs or even this one's a DMR radio. It will allow you to communicate much better over a longer range. You don't have to go too crazy, but you need a radio, right? This is to ensure that you have proper communication with your squad mates and even for the administrators to help you if there's something wrong that's occurring or you just need general assistance. You need some sort of way to communicate. But that is all the mandatory items that you need for the last day event. Just to go real quick, ID, eye protection, right? Mandatory if you're a gunner for the face protection, barrel cover, kill rag, flashlight, right? One on your gun or a handheld, and then the radio. And that's all the mandatory equipment you need for the last 10 event series.